So I have been documenting one of the projects that I have been working on related to these elephants, and the videos right now that have any thumbnail that have an elephant in them are related to this project that I just wanted to pop on here and just start documenting and also say hey and check in with y'all. So, hi, my name is Sequoia. I use she and her pronouns. I am an artist. I am also a therapist, and this channel is the creative aspect of my practice. And my creativity goes across like different pockets of my practice, across my work. And this channel kind of talks about that and documents that. I also come on and sketch live when I am having like really high anxiety. So I also have complex PTSD, and my creative practice helps tremendously with my anxiety. So the project that I wanted to do a quick update on is the Dream Art exhibition that I shared with y'all that I entered a few months ago, and the conference happened this weekend, and then the exhibition opened today. So I posted on my community tab the link to the exhibition if you want to check out some of the other artists, or if you want to check out the exhibition that again is specifically on Dream Art. There are some really cool pictures and images and pieces and creative work, so you can find that link on my community post, so that you can access the Dream Art gallery, and it's free and all virtual, and artists from all over the world processing through art their dreams. So again, you can check that out on the community tab whenever you catch this video. Yeah. And so I today wanted to just share really quickly like where I'm at in the exhibition, but also just like going through what I plan to do with this creative project associated with the conference. And so these sketches that I have are from one of my kind of check-in sessions, my warm-up sessions, and the theme of the piece that I submitted for the art exhibition is centered on elephants, but more specifically, it is based on a folk artist from here in North Carolina and her practice. And her name was Minnie Evans. And like I said, I'll link as well those previous videos where I talk about Minnie Evans and her work more in depth. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that in this video because I've already talked about that across at least two other videos. And I'll link that in the um in the description box. Well, in the description box and in the comment section. But one of the things that in addition to like being a part of the exhibition, one of the additional things that I wanted to do as a practice and integration was to memory keep, related to the conference. This is my first time attending a dream conference, and it's been a really grounding space to be in and to also like show my art, you know. And so I want to do a zine. My plan is to do a zine. I have been like, and this is more on like my professional like licensing side. I usually keep like really good notes during conferences. So I kept notes. And what I want to do is take some of the quotes from my notes and put those quotes that I really want to remember and memory keep specifically related to like dream work, and all of the different sessions that I attended. I want to put them in a zine. So I I already put these together. So this was my test one, and this is like rough surface newsprint. It's a 16-page zine. And my plan is, like I said, to once I get through, because the conference ends tomorrow. So I haven't gone through the entire conference as of yet, but I wanted to like start thinking about the zine. So I made this test 16-page zine out of one sheet of paper, and it's an 18 by 24. This was an 18 by 24 piece of newsprint, and then this is the 18 by 24 sheet of Canson mixed media paper. So this was my test one. And I just followed a video here on YouTube. You can just, Google like 16-page zine if you're interested in making one for yourself. So I did this, and the process is really easy. And so I really like this size. So I'll be able to, kind of choose where I want, kind of this portrait kind of layout versus like a landscape layout, right? I think that's the right way to say that. And so I wanted to make sure that I also had an option where it was on better. The zine is going to be on some, some better paper, some better quality paper than newsprint, because I don't have a plan as of yet, but it's probably going to be some watercolor involved in this, like some kind of mixed media. So I wanted some better paper. So this is the one I'm going to use unless I decide to make another one out of some different paper, or just try again to keep practicing and use this, for something else. So my plan is, like I said, once I get through the conference, to then go back through my notes on the conference and pull out like my one sentence reflections, and then quotes that I want to make sure that I remember from the conference. Like I want to make sure that I get some of that really good like info and knowledge out of my Google Doc notes, and yeah. So if that is something that you're interested in, like following along with the results of this, like that's what I'm gonna do. The other thing that I was thinking about that I could also just flip through really quickly is this is one of my favorite kind of creative artistic journals. This is the Deem journal, DEEM. And they talk about a lot of different topics across the journals. This one, they have different themes. This one was on placemaking, how artists, organizers, social activists, other folks at that intersection think about placemaking. And so, as it relates to me doing this zine, it's going to be predominantly like quote, heavy quote based, and like one sentence quick reflection based. So I want to kind of, and I don't know if I even need that stand, but one of the things that I wanted to do was just look really quickly at how this journal lays out quotes, so that I can have like an example of how to lay out my quotes and like my one sentence reflections in the zine. So I just want to see, yeah, I just want to see like how certain text is laid out like in this journal, and just get some ideas, about how to lay out the quotes in the zine. And I just want to bookmark a few, some of them may be repetitive, but I just want to have a few examples. Have y'all ever seen this journal before? I like this one. I really like how this text is in here. Just fiddling with the bookmarks so I can have a few examples to go back through. Um, okay, let's go to a different. What I am looking for is, well, what I'm looking at is how text is laid out in this journal. This is one of my favorite creative artistic journals, and I really like how they engage with text in here. And I will probably recreate some of the text layouts in my zine. And I wanted to come on here and just kind of have a few. Oh my goodness, this is gonna give me the hardest time. I just wanted to have a few examples to, just start off from. Okay, this thing is giving me the hardest time ever. Okay. I think y'all get the idea though of like what I'm looking at. We saved um, four different things already, four different text examples. And I really like this page layout where the text is really big on the left, and then you see on the right um, this length page image, and y'all can kind of see some of my previous kind of notes to myself. I've gone through this journal so many times for so many different like projects as inspiration. And so yeah, being able to come back to this journal is so helpful. And again, this is the issue 4 of the Dean Journal. This is like a creative, artistic, social justice kind of journal. And this one is from 2022, 2023. And all of the contributors to this are talking about like placemaking. So that's the theme of this one. So all of the art and the offerings, yeah, have that particular theme. So I'm gonna continue to go through this and just continue to look at how quotes are laid, you know, how quotes are laid with text, but then also images in the layout. And that is what I'm going to use as a guide for my zine, to memory keep the quotes and the one sentence reflections from my notes from the dream conference that I'm attending this week. So if that is your jam, definitely hit the subscribe button. Leave me a question. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've seen this journal before. If you'd like me to do a more in-depth flip through, I do have one more issue of the Dean Journal, and I have quite. I can't say it's extensive, but I have quite a few interesting like zines. Like I think I have two or three zines from Solange. I have, yeah, she created a few zines that are really cool. So I have a few of those. I also have one of her art books from one of her performance art pieces. Um, I have other like artistic zines from other artists. I support other artists, especially like Black queer zine makers. So I have a few that I could do a video on if y'all are interested in anything like that. If you are, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section about that. But otherwise, I will link in the comments the other two videos that I've done on my dream art exhibition and how that connects to this theme project that I'm doing.